Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will discuss plot construction of the novel Hard Times written by Charles Dickens. As you know, that plot is basically the sequence of events which are going to be presented by the writer in a story. Although story has different many other characteristics like character, dialogue, setting, and many others, but plot is also one of the significant characteristics, one of the significant ingredients of the story. So far as its structure is concerned, we can say that it has a perfect structure, and it is an obvious fact that the story from the beginning till the end is perfectly structured, and the critics have praised it as a brilliantly plotted novel. They are of the opinion that action of this story is concentrated and the story moves swiftly from beginning to middle, and then middle to end. There is a proper sequence of images, incidents, or ideas, as well as events which don't have any kind of loopholes in them. The novel is free from digressions, superfluous matter, and unnecessary details. As you know, that digressions or unnecessary details most of the time divert the attention of the readers. So Charles Dickens has not adopted this method, and he has refuted it, and he ventured towards a perfectly structured novel which is free from digressions. The whole is compact. You can say that the whole novel or the story is compact and direct, proceeding in chronological order. The straight line of the story emerging with an or economic unusual happenings for Dickens. You can say that there is not at all any artificiality so far as the details of the story are concerned, and in the same way there is a chronological order which is based on proper beginning, proper middle, and proper end, and the readers are going to be satisfied by this compact story, as they are not going to feel any kind of space or any kind of hole in it so far as the end of the story is concerned. Number two is interweaving of different strands. Different aspects, different incidents, different images are called strands, and you can say that these are interwoven. Hard Times tells the story of what can happen when an abstract theory is mistaken for reality, and when greed for gain gets the upper hand. As you know, that the story is based on materialism as well as utilitarianism. So Victorian age was not paying any attention to the emotions as well as feelings and passions of people. Instead, it was mainly concerned with finances or economic progress and development. The great grinds must suffer the consequences of their way of life, because the great grinds have been brought upon along utilitarian lines. Mostly from the beginning till the end of the novel, we have got the idea that Great Grind was running a school like a factory, and he was very much concerned with facts and figures, or rigorous and rigid ideas of earning money. Bounded by himself is too thick skinned to suffer much from the results of his bullying and boasting. But the ripples of misery are seen spreading all around him. On the other hand, young Tom has been brought up in the creed of his father's discipline and advancement, and bounded by his uncultured materialism and self importance. And as such, he must be instrumental in destroying innocent Stephen. So, this is one of the important upheaval, one of the aspects of this story, that this self importance and materialism, which was completely uncultured, it destroyed innocent Stephen. The hurt done to Louisa, both by Tom's weakness and by the guile of James Harthouse, is not ultimately destructive but callous. So, purged by suffering, both Louisa and her father are open to the healing influence of Sissy, the stroller's child. Uh, the development of the story had to be adapted to weekly serialization. So far as its serialization was concerned, it was based on week or weekly turnover, and almost over an unusually short period of 5 months. In Dickens' own paper, the name of that paper was Household Words. It was designed to swell the steadily falling circulation of paper, and it performed the required job well. The names of Gradgrind and Bounderby have been household words ever since. At that time, interweaving of the three groups of character, namely the mill owners and their hangers on, the laborers and the circus troupe, is adapted to serial presentation, progressing from crisis in one to crisis in the other, but unified by the overshadowing mass of Coketown itself. I'm repeating that there were three different character groups. Number one was the mill owners and their hangers on, and third one was the laborers. The division of the whole story into three different groups are different books. A Victorian mannerism of layout makes the message of reward and punishment explicit, especially as the titles of the sections are sewing, raping, and garnering. Everyone in the book suffers in one way or another from the hardness of the times. So the title of the story is suitable to the circumstances of that age. All, except the impervious Bounderby, reap rather more tears than they have sown. The words inflict virtual martyrdom on the best, but fancy, intuition, and freedom of the imaginative spirit contributed by the circus troupe through Sissy redeem whoever is not beyond redemption with the kiss of life. We can also say that interweaving of all the strands of the story is perfectly done. In hard times, Dickens sets out to show the importance of the imaginative and feeling side of human mind, and to teach his readers not to taken by abstract theorizing. People are infinitely greater than the machines and should not be set up as ends. We can also say that Dickens has also given the idea people cause each other to suffer or save one another from suffering. That people or human beings are the main source of suffering for others, and they are the main source to save others from suffering as well. Human lives are interdependent and intertwined, and the intangible values in life are at bottom the most real.